Onto Runecraft, which is faster in XP rates, but arguably just as difficult as Prayer. There are two routes you can take that are fairly similar in XP rates, depending on how you look at them. The first, and perhaps less aggravating method, is solo body tiaras. Free-to-play runecrafting might as well be called tiara crafting because that's essentially what it is. Tiaras are the way to go in most cases here. To runecraft a tiara, you will need the appropriate talisman of the altar you are located in, as well as a regular tiara. Tiaras can be crafted every 1 game tick by using the talismans individually on the altar, this being very similar to 1-tick prayer training in members. All types of tiaras can be crafted from level 1, so this is where you should start. This method will require you to have at least 9,656 scepter pieces banked in order to reach level 99 Runecraft. If you kill flesh crawlers in your idle time, you'll most definitely surpass this number of pieces before you max combats, making this a semi-viable method. You will need to completely withdraw all earth runes, law runes, and your imbued skull scepter from your bank, and fill your bank with fillers. Select your withdraw quantity option to X and set X to 12. Keep your energy potions and scepter pieces located close to your body talismans and tiaras, because you will need them every few laps. Enter a PvP world and get to runecrafting. This method can be up to 57 or 58k XP per hour if you are very experienced with 1-ticking tiaras. The other alternative is the alt-suiciding method. This is where your 2 Runecraft runner alts and alt killer alt will come into play. This method can be up to 60k XP an hour, but with the amount of PKers that will rag you, it's more realistically around 50 to 55k XP per hour. This method also requires a dedicated graphics card for maximum efficiency, which is something I do not have, and that's why this clip is from Freckled Kid. The graphics card allows you to toggle the GPU setting on RuneLight, which allows you to render further distances for the long-range visibility. This allows you to almost click directly on the body altar from the Edgeville bank, which extends the amount of idle time for your main to craft the tiaras. The reason Freckled has runes and a scepter in his inventory is so that if he starts getting ragged, he can just teleport away and do the solo body method. You can do this, but you'll lose out on a small amount of Runecraft XP. Another thing you can do to prevent being killed is to keep a chronicle wielded on all of your accounts. This doesn't take up any inventory space and allows you to have an instant teleport away. The 2 smaller clients on his screen are his runner alts. I would suggest paying close attention to the timing he has them running in, to understand how this method is done efficiently. I will leave a link to his video in the description. This method is solo earth tiaras and they're about 27k XP per hour. These aren't exactly worth doing, but they can be a way to learn the basics of tiara crafting if you don't plan on doing either of the other 2 methods I just showed. You'll need a Varrock teleport and 26 available inventory spaces. Once your run energy hits 60, you'll need to bring 2 energy potions on your next lap. When it's above 60, you can bring 13 sets of tiara crafting supplies. When you approach the bank, right-click the bank option on the NPC banker to bank. This saves a game tick every lap because it allows you to bank from 3 tiles away from the banker. With earth tiaras, you can feel free to use as many alts as you'd like, but the more you use, there will be diminishing returns. When I did 99 Runecraft a very long time ago, the scepter method wasn't viable and we didn't have a PvP world. So I just used as many alts that would fit on my screen and didn't make me lag too much. I felt that 3 alts plus my main was sufficient. I was able to scratch about 42k XP per hour once I got the method down. Another alternative to this is once you reach the bank, take out some gems and cut them while you run an alt to the altar with supplies. This cuts out the time you'll be drinking energy potions on this alt and comes out to around 45k XP per hour, excluding the time you spend crafting. There are an infinite amount of variations of runecrafting, so it's up to you to pick which one you'd prefer. Up next we have plate body smithing. If you've already finished 99 mining with superheating, you'll be able to start mithril plate bodies right away. If you don't have the smithing level for them, just smith the best plate body you can make. This method is smithing with an alt. which the alt won't need any specific stats except for its trade limit removed. To remove an account's trade limit, you'll need at least 7 quest points or 24 hours in-game playtime. From level 88 to 99 smithing, adamant plate bodies with an alt is the meta. They can be up to 280,000 XP per hour if your clicks are insane. Mine are not, so I typically get around 265 to 270k. You'll need to keep withdrawing 25 adamant bars every inventory on your alt, trading your main, then banking the plate bodies he makes. On occasion, you will also need to withdraw energy potions for yourself as well. Before starting this method, hop to a world with little to no people smithing at Varrock West Anvil, then attempt to trap the smithing tutor so he doesn't walk in front of the anvil while you're smithing. You can trap him by starting a dialogue with him, then moving to an adjacent tile, such as how I have him set up in this clip. Using the bar on the anvil, as opposed to left-clicking the anvil, will save a game tick, so keep your inventory close to the anvil. Also, when you trade your alt, trade it so the drop-down menu is above your inventory so you can quickly trade over your plate bodies. It would also be beneficial to use screen markers with this. I will talk more about these at the end of the video. Solo addy plates are actually not that different in XP rates compared to using an alt. The energy potions update increased them from about 210k XP per hour to 250k. When I do solo smithing, I like to have my client set up like this. Stretch the client vertically until you can see 8 items in the last column of your bank, and zoom out until you see the anvil above your inventory. Have your quantity withdraw setting set to X, and set X to 25. Keep your energy potions close to the bars in your bank, and keep your bars right above the deposit inventory button. Don't forget to remove your hammer and its placeholder from the bank and fill your bank with bank fillers. Start by clicking into the anvil house and using the bar on the anvil before you reach it to save a tick. Have a screen marker box around where the plate bodies are located in your interface so that you know where to click before it opens. And start making plate bodies. Right-click the bank option on the banker NPC to save a tick. Click the deposit inventory button, then left-click the bars. You can bank in 1 tick when you get this down. When you need energy potions, withdraw the bars first and then the energy potions, and sip them in between running back and forth to the bank. Once you reach level 99 smithing, Rune 2H swords can be a very lucrative way of obtaining GP in free-to-play. They are around 200k XP per hour and range from 500k to 1 mil GP per hour. About a year ago, I started a clan called W385 Anvil, which is now W308 Anvil. This clan is a market for buying and selling alch items, predominantly Rune 2Hs. Since the Grand Exchange has a very low buy limit for rune items, alchers cannot really purchase them in bulk, which is why this clan is quite successful. The perk for smithers is that they get to sell their 2Hs near instantly, and they sell for over the GE price. The current exchange price is 38k per 2H, plate legs, or plate skirt. It is best to smith rune 2Hs in free-to-play though, because they weigh less than legs or skirts. The method is nearly the same as solo addy plates, but with a couple differences I will mention. Since you need to bring 27 rune bars with you to the anvil instead of 25, once you run low on energy, you'll need to sacrifice a 2H for that inventory space before continuing. Withdraw 2 energy potions and an inventory of rune bars. Click into the anvil house, turn your run energy off, drink 3 doses of energy potions, then use your bar on the anvil. On your way back, drink another 3 doses of energy potions, then continue to smith normally from there. You can withdraw potions once you drop below 30 run energy. Onto woodcutting. Starting off at level 1, you'll need to chop regular trees with the best axe you can use. Find an area with densely packed regular trees, such as nearby Remington Mine. Bring a tinderbox and some energy potions, because you'll be running from tree to tree. Once you finish chopping a tree, start the action of lighting a log, then click the next tree. This will start the action of woodcutting before you even reach the next tree. Do this until level 15, then head south of this area, just next to the witch's house in Remington. Stand on this 1 tile, 3 oak tree spot that you should be able to find where I am exactly from looking at my minimap. Before getting into woodcutting and fishing, make sure that you have the Christmas event completed so you can use the snow globe. If you don't have it yet, and you need to wait until December, save woodcutting and fishing for last. Snow woodcut oaks until level 30, then head just west of this location to the 2-tile, 3-willow tree spot. I will show you 2 methods of 3-tick snow woodcutting that will also apply to fishing. The faster method requires a bit more focus than the other. The faster method can give you up to 85k XP per hour if it's done well. You start off by spawning the snow. Click the snow, then click the tree. Do this until your chat box says you attempt to make some snowballs 7 times. You may need to count in your head for this, or pay close attention to your chat box. On the 7th attempt, click the snow, spawn the snow again, then click the tree. After the 8th 3-tick, wait 4 ticks, which is the default speed at which you would cut. Then start collecting the snow again. Attempt to collect snow another 6 times, and on the 6th attempt, respawn the snow and click the tree. From here, the snow will instantly respawn, and will allow you to continue 3-ticking. After that snow respawns again, start from the beginning. Alternate between 6 and 7 attempts to pick up the snow. The alternative method, and the one I prefer, is about 78k XP per hour. This method doesn't require any counting or focusing on the chat box. Start by spawning the snow, click the snow, then click the tree 8 times, or until your chat box fills up with you attempt to make some snowballs. After the 8th 3-tick, wait 1 game tick and respawn the snow. If you don't wait a tick, it will delay your woodcutting by 1 tick. This also applies to dropping logs immediately after chopping a log, so don't do that either. Be patient and wait 1 tick, then drop. After you respawn the snow, drop a row of logs, click the tree, and wait another tick. Drop another row of logs, and start from the beginning. After dropping the 2nd row of logs, you can also squeeze in an alk before the snow respawns. Head on over to W308 Anvil CC and buy yourself some Rune 2H's to make some passive GP while woodcutting. On to fishing. There are a few locations to net/bait fish, but I prefer this location just next to Lumberge Swamp. Grab a fishing net, a fishing rod, and some bait, and head over to the fishing area. Snow tick manipulating with net and bait fishing is a little weird, but it does work. Instead of clicking the snow then clicking the fishing spot like normally with lure fishing, the game only lets you 3-tick if you click the spot exactly 3 ticks after clicking the snow. What I'm doing in this clip is just spam clicking until I catch a fish. Bait fishing is pretty much the same, but you'll have to cancel the action of picking up the snow by clicking the fishing spot, then clicking the bait fishing option on the spot. Do this until level 20, then grab yourself a fly fishing rod and a stack of feathers. There is no difference in XP rates fishing in Lumbridge versus Barbarian Village, so pick whichever you'd prefer. My personal preference is Barbarian Village because the fishing spots have 2 main areas they relocate to, and when they move, it's usually only a tile as opposed to Lumbridge's more sporadic fishing spot movements. Both types of snow tick manipulation apply to fishing as well. There is a minor difference in the more intense version of it though, because with fishing, you have a chance at catching a fish every 5 game ticks as opposed to 4 game ticks with woodcutting. The difference can be combated with leather crafting, which creates a 4-tick action. After the 7 attempt cycle of the snow tick manipulation method, start to craft a leather item, then click the fishing spot. On to crafting. The Grand Exchange is a good place to cut gems, because assuming you don't have a massive cash stack, you will need to keep selling your cut gems and buying more uncut gems. If you did the berry cooking method to 99, you should be very close to 99 crafting already. If not, start crafting the best leather items you can until you can cut sapphires. Then, keep cutting the best type of gems you can cut until diamonds. Diamond cutting can be up to 300k XP per hour to 99 crafting, so it shouldn't take you that long. Start off by completely withdrawing your chisel from your bank and filling it with bank fillers. Have your quantity withdraw option set to all or X, X being a number higher than 27. After banking, you will need to wait 1 tick before crafting, because for some reason the game won't let you if you attempt to start an action immediately after exiting the bank interface. This also applies to cooking. Use your 1 key or space bar to start crafting. Gem cutting is also a good opportunity to play a high GP rate alt of some sort. 1. Go. There it is.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Woo.
Congratulations.
Congrats, dude.
Happy birthday, my man.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Insert Capt King here.
My god.
Congrats, man.
It's so crazy. Now, I will include some suggestions of tools you might find to be useful. Starting with software, Google search screen markers, and you should be able to find some for free. The ones I have were taken down from the website they were on a long time ago, so I don't have any specific suggestions on them. Although AHK has been somewhat outlawed by JX, they did state you are allowed to remap with them, so this can be quite useful. I will include a couple useful commands on screen. Mouse keys are also quite useful, and are completely legal according to JX, so I will put a link to a Windows mouse keys setup guide by Automelogy in the description. Entertainment is hugely important for skilling. I would highly recommend at least watching TV shows, movies, YouTube videos, Twitch streams, listening to music, or talking to your friends while skilling. So, you should probably get yourself a Netflix account, an Amazon Prime Video account, Discord, and a YouTube and Twitch account. Third-party clients can be useful in some cases, although I don't use them, but from what I hear, RuneLite is by far the best. Another program that will help you look at your screen for longer periods of time is Flux. It adjusts the tint of the brightness of your monitor and can automatically change depending on what time of the day it is. As for hardware, I'd recommend getting a mouse with side buttons. You can remap them to your F keys to more easily switch between interfaces. The mouse I use is the Logitech G600, and the keyboard I use is the Logitech G105. Having more than one monitor can also be beneficial. One to play RuneScape on, and the other for entertainment. I personally just use my iPad to watch shows on, and one monitor to play RuneScape on. It's also worth noting the monitor should be able to fit 4 clients, because you'll probably need that at some point. If you plan on talking to your friends on Discord, get a decent microphone. I use the Blue Snowball mic. For when you're playing in idle time, get a decent iPhone or Android to play OSRS mobile on. Tablets also work nicely. And lastly, if you plan on doing the alt-suicide body tiara method, you'll need a graphics card. Don't worry about getting anything fancy. I'd like to mention a few other things that are personally huge sources of motivation for me. Knowing you're not alone when it comes to grinding XP is huge. Start getting in the habit of updating yourself on CML or crystalmathlabs.com and tracking your XP gains. You can also track yourself on F2P.wiki and compare yourself to other dedicated free-to-play players. Joining a free-to-play clan can also be a good source of motivation. There are only 2 that accept regular free-to-play accounts, which are Free-to-Play CC and W35 CC. Both accept all types of free-to-play accounts. I'd recommend joining Free-to-Play CC Discord because it's usually quite active in voice and in chat. It can also be fun to make a RuneScape Twitter and follow all of your favorite RuneScape players to see what they're up to. RuneScape Twitter is incredibly active and has replaced any sort of forums that used to dominate the social aspect of RuneScape. Thank you guys for watching the video. This took me a very long time, so it'd be nice if you guys had some great feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll probably respond to it. So, yep. Talk to you guys later. Have a nice day. Goodbye.